Alright, I wanted to make another video about bringing your community together before shit hits the fan. Now, I've already done a couple videos, about starting a community garden. I left you links on how to do that to help you out. I've recommended, you get together, throw some barbecue, man. And let's say if you were successful in doing a community garden, you probably got some fresh veggies. For those of you that are probably hunters, you can go out there and defrost some venison you got frozen, some boar, make some game and fresh veggie kebabs. Get people used to probably something different, something they might be eating later. It's interesting. I like eating all kinds of different animals, and I just like trying all kinds of stuff. But that's another thing you can do. Of course, I recommend getting in shape with them. Go running together. Just things you can do to get to know the neighbors and build a sense of community. Of course, now building a community watch, a neighborhood watch. I'm going to leave a link in the description bar, and it'll help you get started. Take you through the steps and what you can do, and that'll help you out. First, see who's with you. How many people around are with you. If you put a sign on the telephone pole or something, do a couple times. Don't just have one meeting, Tuesday night 7, and you have just a few people turn out. Maybe people have to work or something. You never know. Something's going on. Do it a couple times, right? Make sure you know everybody that's interested in that. I'll tell you, if you're able to do that, you and the others around you would just feel better, man. You'll sleep better at night. And let's say there was a shit at the fan scenario. You'd be better off having that set up ahead of time. Now, of course, it wouldn't be the same thing if it's really bad. You just pick up the phone and call the cops. But it'd be a start for, just basically a group to defend your neighborhood if need be. I'm not recommending you go out there and be a vigilante at all. But I'm saying it's better to have things in place in case things got bad, so you can defend yourself. Being a vigilante is one thing. Defending yourself is something else. Right? Let's say that you or somebody in the group, they're ex-military, or they have some martial arts training or something, or some sort of a defense, some sort of a self-defense training. Well, then they could train other people. You can get together. That's another way to get in shape. I was talking about getting in shape with the neighbors. That's one good thing you can do. Say there's somebody that doesn't believe, they don't want to have a firearm. That's fine. I believe in the Second Amendment big time, and but also I'm not going to force it on anybody else. If you don't want a firearm, you don't have to buy one. You'll benefit from the people around you that have one. You look at places where guns are really restricted, high crime rate, and places like here in Texas, low crime rate, because good guys have guns, not just the bad guys. So you'll benefit anyway. But let's say it'd be a good idea to learn how to defend yourself. You could, you or whoever could train other people, basic self-defense techniques. And, that make it safe for people who wouldn't want to go in there. Let's say somebody does attack somebody, the neighborhood watch doesn't catch it, and, somebody's able to defend themselves. Well, that's good. If shit hit the fan, well, that's better. Yeah, somebody else around that area can put up a resistance against looters or whatever. You never know. For those of you who are hunters, or, you believe in the Second Amendment, well, you could recommend other people get their concealed carry. Now, again, this is not to be a vigilante. This is just, basically to get people to be, get them. You have to have training for your concealed carry, right? There's a target practice, and they teach stuff like that, so that they can use the weapon. They know how to break it down and maintain it, right? It's a tool. Like anything else, you need to know how to use that tool. And I believe in the Second Amendment big time, like I said. And I want people, you can teach their gun rights. You can go to the range together. You can show them how to break it down, and just teach them to get their concealed carry and, protect their rights. But also, if there is a problem, well, then they know how to use that gun, and they know how to use that gun, right? You don't want some idiot going out there and firing wildly, at a target, because that bullet's going to hit something, right? So that's something else. You got a community watch. You would have people that would be able to defend themselves, right? Or be able to know how to use a firearm, which odds are they wouldn't have to use that gun. If some robber busts into your house and he has a knife or something and you got a gun, he's out of there. Why risk it? Or let's say he had a gun. Is he going to open fire? Probably not. Because it's a 50% chance, he's going to get hit too. Rather than take the chance, get shot and killed, or get shot and they need medical attention, and then go to prison, well then, he'd just leave. So that'd be another thing, right? And that'd be basically what you would need to set up some sort of defense team. Look at neighborhoods in like some parts of the Middle East or in Central America. When things get really bad, the neighbors, the kids and stuff. Some of the kids and young adults and teenagers would have like checkpoints. You drive up and they want to see your face. They recognize you. You got in there. You got back in your neighborhood. If not, hey, you're not going in there. So, having a neighborhood watch could be the grounds for something like that. I'm not saying be a vigilante, but I'm saying learn how to defend yourself and have a sense of community behind you. So if there are looters and stuff like that, well then, those of you that would have concealed carry, well then you can just stand out there together with a show of force. You can see a firearm on you. If there's looters and stuff like that, you guys just stand there. Hey, look, you're not coming in here without getting hurt too. And the people that would not have a firearm, well, if you had some sort of self-defense training, or, I don't know, you could have something else. I mean, if it was that bad, you got guys with torches and bats and all that, well, then a guy that knows how to defend himself, or a woman knows how to defend themselves with martial arts training, has a baseball bat or two just to show of force, and the guy next to her has a, concealed carry, well then, odds are those looters are going to probably just go on down the neighborhood, go cause trouble somewhere else, but they'll leave you and your own alone. Right? So that's really what this boils down to. The last one would be an actual, defense team, I guess, if it was really bad. Where you just have people stand there like they did in those other countries, and, like you're not coming in this neighborhood if we don't recognize you, or if you're not with somebody that we know. I don't think it'd get that bad, but man, it'd be better to know your neighbors beforehand than after. Right? You get to know how their minds work, what's in their mind, their politics, what kind of people they are. Know who you'd want with you and know who you wouldn't. Again, don't tell everybody what you do. Less than 2% of the population are preppers. So they find out you have all kinds of stuff. If things really got bad, well then, you're going to be a target. But if they don't know, well then you stand together as a community. Right? Like I said, if you did the community garden, you've got some sort of food. If you are a hunter and you did some grilling or something like that, did kebabs and say wild boar and venison kebabs, well then the other guys that got firearms, if you went to the range together, hey, you know what, let's go see if we can hunt something down. And there you go. You never know. I don't think it'd be a Mad Max type scenario, but it'd be better to prepare ahead of time and know the people you got around with you than not. All right? Anyway, like I said before, not just one of these things are going to do it. It has to be in steps. Again, going up a flight of stairs, man, one step at a time. Let's say you start with a community garden. Well, then you can feed people. You get together and you get to know each other a little bit. You're a hunter, or you have a bunch of stuff and you're rotating it out. You have an excuse to do some grilling out there. Some barbecue. Grilling is actually what it is, but you grill up some fresh veggies that you grew in the community garden, and maybe you hunted some boar and deer. Well, then there you go, a little bit of beer, food. That brings people together. You get a little bit closer together. Let's say you teach people, self-defense, or you just go running together. Well, then, physical fitness is really important. You get to know people a little bit better. Let's say you've started a community watch, right? You sleep better at night, get to know people a little bit better. All these things combined would help you a lot later if shit hit the fan. You'd be much better off being surrounded by friends and acquaintances than strangers. And that's the whole point. Anyway, alright guys, y'all think about that for a second.